Alright, back to the blacktop we go. We got some more SPF action. This time it's AJ Bailey from UCLA taking on Sha GGi from UConn. As AJ Bailey gets out front early with a quick jam. Lion, we're playing this game to 11. Let's go ahead and talk about these two players. Both these players new to the league. Sha GGi, recently created, added to UConn. Already having a little bit of trouble with his new team. And Lightning McBean and the Morgan twins. Little tempers flaring during one of their last losses. It's tough to be a UConn fan right now. You want to root for your team because all these players individually are so nice, but together they just aren't meshing. AJ Bailey on the other side, teaming up with Grayson Pierre, Chet Harley, and Aiden Travis. So far playing pretty well. Had a good matchup against Kiere recently, of which he helped UCLA win. What's your take on both these two players?
Well, I haven't seen a whole lot out of Sha GGi yet, but I have gotten to watch quite a bit of AJ Bailey. AJ Bailey, known for his athleticism right there, plays very good defense, doesn't really have too much of a ranged shot. He can make mid-range. He's very good inside, but his athleticism makes him money. And speaking of athleticism, my lord.
Sha GGi.
Sha GGi.
Man, talk about dunk. That was beautiful. Both of these guys so far doing that.
He had a little bit of space, and he went to show off for this blacktop tournament. You gotta love that kind of energy.
Who would have thought that this could be a sleeper game to watch? I mean, maybe I've been sleeping on AJ. I've been sleeping on Sha GGi. They both have made a couple of good dunks so far, and now I'm in love with both of them.
And this could be a disadvantage here for AJ Bailey. AJ is not a very good rebounder at all. A little undersized in this tournament at 6'5". And Sha GGi being 6'8" and being a slightly better rebounder could give him an advantage here.
Now
that was a nice little turnaround.
I see a 3 next to Sha GGi's name. Can he shoot?
Well, being a new player, he doesn't really have any badges or anything along those lines. But with his build, yes, he's a three-point shooter. He likes to play defense, and he likes to dunk.
Wow, a three-point shooter with that dunk that we saw earlier. Look at these inside scoring abilities from Sha GGi.
And he's quick, too. Like, he is a offensive and defensive nightmare for one-on-one situations.
I am falling in love with Sha GGi fast. I had no idea. I've seen him once during UConn's loss. Where,
wow!
What a move!
Wow!
Sha GGi, is he a dark horse in this tournament?
I am immediately in love with him right now. We haven't had a chance to see him isolate a whole lot on his new team or on his team in UConn, but now getting to see him on blacktop and understanding what his skill set is, I definitely consider him a dark horse for this tournament right now.
So this is my thing. I'm going to be brutally honest. This isn't going to go over well. This will probably result in Lightning McBean yelling at me. So, Lion, if you don't want to be a part of this, you don't have to be a part of this.
I'm going to sit this one out.
McBean's a ball hog.
That is true. All right, I'm in it now.
I'm going to let that sit in for a minute because I know if McBean's watching this, I know she's fuming. I know she's yelling.
I need you to stop filling the chat for a moment and listen.
I need you to
for a second.
To me. Let me finish this. McBean is going to be a star in the league, especially after watching how McBean played after improving the defense. McBean's going to be a star, but McBean reminds me of a star that doesn't necessarily make the teammates around him better. There are teams, there are players like that, like somebody that I think of immediately when I think of stars that do not help the team around them. Carmelo Anthony with the Nuggets in his prime. Obviously Melo did something for his teammates. I love Melo. I don't want you to think I'm dissing Melo, but at the same time, it's not like he has that LeBron effect where he carries everybody around him and he lifts the people up around him.
Other players who are on the skill level of Carmelo Anthony generally rise the other teammates around him.
Yeah, Carmelo is all about Melo get Melo his points. Don't get me wrong, Melo will get himself some assists. He plays some good defense. I'm not calling McBean a selfish player. I'm just saying McBean's play style doesn't necessarily promote the growth of those around him. And that's mostly because McBean reminds me of a volume shooter. Needs to get going, needs to put up 5 or 6 shots before he's going to nail 12 in a row. And the reason I'm saying all this is because players like Shaggy and Jack Morgan, I think are going to be overshadowed by the star power of McBean for the entire season at UConn. Because no matter how good Shaggy or Morgan become, McBean is the star. McBean is the star at UConn. Just because of that reason right there, do you think Shaggy needs to come back? Do you think UConn are going to complete... What do you think is going to happen with this team? I don't even know where to start with this question.
I don't think there's a chance that McBean comes back for a second year if I'm McBean. I think that they go to the draft, and regardless of what happens with McBean, if I'm Shaggy, I think I'm already starting out decent, and I have a player on my team who is very good in Lightning McBean. If they decide to declare, I get to take a huge load and put it on my shoulders.
McBean
and I get to prove to myself
he's not going into the draft.
And exactly, and that's what I'm saying is if I were McBean, I would not be doing that. But now that you have McBean there, if you can get better and be the kind of guy that like can join one of those types of players and makes them a championship contender, I think that puts a lot of eyes on you. Because that's part of what happened with for instance, Steve Carter. When Steve Carter we knew what his offensive skill set was. He was a big player, great defense, great down low, great scorer. There was really nothing wrong with his game, but you didn't get to see a lot of it because every shot went to Chalk, every shot went to Josh Allen. But they won the title, and they knew it was because of Steve Carter.
That is so true because Josh Allen was the everything man there. And then at the end, Steve Carter just came on strong. Maybe we can see something like that out of UConn. Like I said at the very beginning, I don't want anybody to get this mixed up. McBean is a star. I just don't think McBean's play style is helping those around him right now. And that's why I was wondering, at the beginning of this game, watching how athletic Shaggy was, are we going to be able to see him show that on the NCAA floor this season if he only gets 5 shots a game?
I think that although he's already proven how dynamic he can be with an amazing dunk, we're also seeing just how much strength he has for his slim build. He's pushing him around, getting these rebounds, playing good defense, not letting himself get bodied by a very physical athlete in A.J. Bailey.
Yeah. Going back to A.J. Bailey. A.J. Bailey not looking great right now. He's definitely showing flashes of brilliance.
Oh, man, I like that move.
If A.J. Bailey's watching this right now, the one thing that I can say about A.J. Bailey, you've got a good build. He's hyper-athletic. You're doing such a great job at getting to the rim. But like I've said before, I said this about Kiere not that long ago. You've got to put in the work. Kiere's putting in the work. Let me make that clear. The way I'm about to word this made it sound like I was saying Kiere isn't. But Kiere and A.J. Bailey are similar in the sense of they have naturally good builds. Kiere's putting in the work and his players getting better. A.J., if you're not going to put in the work, grind those attribute points, these good drives that you're having right now, they're not going to go in. You're not going to be able to finish at the rim over defenders if you don't grind those points.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right with that, because I think we're seeing another situation with A.J. Bailey. He's having some moves that I think are so, not that one, But he's making moves that are so pretty that should go in when you start upgrading your player that I don't think he has a bad build at all. I don't think that's even remotely a problem.
But what I have to say is Sha GGi has no upgrades right now. Nothing. And look at this.
I am blown away by Sha GGi right now.
Yeah, Sha GGi.
This man.
Dominant performance from Sha GGi. Rut-row SPF. Catch you guys in the next one.
That was actually pretty funny.